We have a surprise visitor in studio. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Erin?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Whitehead. I am extremely fond of this man right now because he heads the vein clinic over in the Riverton location. And you worked on my leg last
We
week.
sure did last Tuesday.
And you didn't realize what a mess you were getting into
No,
with
we
me, did
didn't.
you?
We didn't. I got to tell you, Erin, it's kind of funny because I was listening to you talk about Zoe and the tutu thing, and I've got a little girl that's 6 years old. Her name is Julia, and it's the same exact thing. So she's got her little tutu on. She's out collecting the pill bug and the potato bug, but she calls them roly-polies.
Zoe does that too. The roly-poly bugs?
Yeah, the roly-polies.
I think that might be the Utah thing.
It probably is because when I was a kid, it was always potato bug. So
You're raising that girl right. That
Yeah,
makes me
yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah, so, but, tutus, whether it's that the princess, she certainly loves her Elsa and her different costumes that she has, and we couldn't wait for Halloween to be any more fun for her than to be that princess. But again, she's also doing her other things that are, like you guys were talking about, more on the boy side of
Just
life,
out of curiosity, who does the laundry in your house?
Well, sadly enough, it's me.
So you know the exercise in terror when you reach into her pockets before you wash your stuff, and that comes like the first cockroach of spring or something.
Yeah,
And you're like,
I've experienced that, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, I should be a lot better at checking the laundry, and I am failing. And now my wife is on me because we do have the underneath one that you're supposed to be putting your whites in, and the top one that's supposed to be the darks.
oh, the
and,
fancies, yeah.
Yeah, and so I haven't quite grasped that there's two different colors and that you don't wash them all at the same time. So, but anyway, yeah.
That
so
sounds very cunning to me because you are a highly trained medical professional. I can't help but feel that perhaps you're pretending some ignorance in this.
I might be
Because you are somewhat
know,
of a smart monkey.
Maybe I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to homework, so.
Nah.
But yeah, so anyway, so we saw you last Tuesday, and that was a lot of fun. We had a good time in our little procedure room. And we were, kind of discussing some of the things that we see in our clinic. And we were looking at, obviously our patients are having heavy legs, they're having pain, fatigue, cramping. One of the things that a lot of people think is that there has to be some kind of an outward sign.
That is a good point. I
Yeah.
wouldn't expect it until I actually saw some bulging or something,
Sure.
discoloration.
So they're thinking, I've got to have varicose veins, I've got to have ulceration, maybe have some discoloration. And what we're finding is that a lot of people have no symptoms, no outward signs at all, and they're just symptomatic. So, if you have a school teacher, maybe a hairdresser, a pharmacist, there's a number of different people who actually are experiencing symptoms during the day. It might be heaviness, cramping, they can have fatigue. And they may
Just
not
that
have,
exhaustion and the big heavy legs.
Right.
Like I just don't feel like I have any energy
Sure.
anymore, and I'm miserable. And
Now, one of the things, I suffered from this disease, and what I called this person was a bench seeker. So when you go to Disneyland, for instance, and I would go with my young kids and my wife, and I was the one that was constantly looking for a bench.
You were the bench guy?
I was the bench guy.
Ah,
It was so
dude.
horrible. So I would be like going to the next ride, and I'm like, I gotta sit down. My legs they're just killing me. And I didn't have swelling. I didn't have varicose veins. I don't have any skin discoloration. But one thing I did have was restless legs. So
Interesting.
At
I didn't realize
nighttime,
that was a symptom either.
Sure, restlessness. And so I would experience severe restless legs. It would hit me right around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it would interrupt my sleep. And but what's funny is that our director, Jed Nesbitt, he's board certified in venous and lymphatic medicine. He actually went to work on me, and my symptoms were actually gone within a week.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, one of the other things, so a lot of our patients may not, they may have some signs of venous disease. Some of the signs that you see, so this is outside of symptoms now. Now we're talking about signs. These are patients with varicose veins, so they've had, their mom that's had their 2 or 3 children.
You're 35 and your legs look
Sure.
like they're 50, and you're like, great,
and they're
thanks.
unhappy because their veins hurt.
Yeah.
So that when they're standing, they're having throbbing, they're having some of the similar symptoms, but it's also their vein is complicating that by causing the more symptoms. In gentlemen, oftentimes just discoloration of the skin. Some people get scarring of the skin. It's a woody texture. A lot of people think, well, this, they go to their doctor and he's like, you're just getting older. This is just something you're going to have to
Yeah,
live
thanks.
with.
That's inspiring.
Yeah,
Sure.
and obviously, once scarring has occurred, it's not going to go away. It's no different than getting cut with a kitchen knife. You've got a scar, and we can improve the way that scar looks by going in and repairing the underlying problem.
But it'd be nice if you actually went in there first
Sure.
so that you didn't have to try to reverse
Yeah.
it.
I would love it if we could see, fast forward, not necessarily fast, but reverse patients, take them back 20 years
Yeah.
to their 55, 60s, and take them back when they're 35 and get them in and help them before that becomes such a problem.
See, that's why I really like you and Angelia. These guys have worked on like the hardcore cases, the cases that all the other venous doctors have kind of given up on, and they go, let's send them over to John and Angelia. Maybe they can do something with them. And you've reversed some really brutal cases. But
Sure.
the nice thing, though, is that you've come to a point where, like, you've got procedures now that can, between you and Angelia and the aftercare, you can make legs look almost literally like they did before you had children, the way they did 20 years ago. And, I'm like literally your worst case scenario because I've done everything from stripping to all the laser stuff. But by the time I got to you, I thought I knew everything. And I was checking the messages on my phone while you,
Yeah, no, that
while
was...
you were doing the procedure.
So,
and I'm like, okay.
one of the things that part of like what you were talking about is education. Patient education is key, and spending the time with the patient in their rooms. So we spend a lot of time during the process of actually seeing and evaluating the patient. We want the patient to be well informed, well understanding what they're coming to see us for, and what can be done to help them. We certainly don't want them to come in and be hesitant, worried, and certainly if they have any questions, they're always welcome to contact us anytime. We're very good about answering questions. Angelia is extremely good about patient education, and our staff has been together for we've been together as a large staff for 10 years now.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, so between Jed Nesbitt, myself, we have an awesome team in South Ogden, an awesome team that's working in Riverton, and it's just been a really good experience for us all.
I've noticed that during procedures because everyone came in, they were doing impressions and voices and stuff trying to keep me entertained, and I'm like, this is like better than like cable TV. This is amazing.
Uh-huh.
The one thing that I never know how to say this because I don't want to freak anybody out, but I've seen a lot of these random laser clinics that
sure.
are not actually manned by anyone who has medical experience, and they're talking about all the stuff they can do. And just as someone who's been through all of this and comes from a medical family, I always want to scream, please don't go there, because I guess the whole point of wanting you guys to come on and talk is because you're a physician's assistant. This is what you've done for years. And I see these trainees that are like 20 and they're like, here's a laser, go fix something. It really scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that you go to somebody with a medical background.
Well, you're looking at what we think of as dabbling, for instance. So there is that chance that a person might just do it once a month or once a week.
That's reassuring.
And so you hopefully are going to look at someone who's dedicated in that process, someone who does have experience. Between Dr. Nesbitt and myself, we've got, at this point now, nearly 22 years of combined experience.
You don't even look that mature. I'm kind of shocked, Jonathan.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Erin. Thank you. You're so kind.
Sorry. But it's true. I mean, I don't know how to nicely say this to people if they're thinking, oh, I can go anywhere. It's like, no.
Yeah.
This is a medical condition. You have to go to a medical practitioner and get this done correctly.
Yeah, and thank you for pointing that out.
And it's really fun, though, because you do have some amazing new toys. Now, next time you come on, are you bringing some of the toys?
I will bring some of the newest and latest of greatest of toys. You know that Angelia has discouraged me from using my toys today.
I know you were excited.
And so I did bring a bag of toys, but we'll certainly grab the toys and bring them next time.
Cool. Next time we'll also do a before and after, so you can see my awful leg before and my vastly improved leg now, because it really is exciting to see this.
And you will be seeing us some more, do some more of that fun stuff.
You're stuck with me for a while. I'm really sorry, Jonathan. We'll just keep making it
We love
fun.
you, Erin. You're welcome anytime to come hang out
I'll
with
keep
us.
bringing donuts. Will that help?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. What's the easiest way to get a hold of you guys? You can go to theveinclinic.com.
Theveinclinic.com. That's our website. The other way, if you want to try to remember a number, is just 84480-VEINS. So I just say 84480-VEINS.
Good.
And then either way, you're going to get a hold of us. Theveinclinic.com is certainly going to give you both office locations. The 844 number is going to give you one location. We can actually transfer you to the appropriate location where it's going to be easiest for you to get your care.
Perfect. And they're also on Facebook. You can see all the information about the Vein Clinic there as well if you want to. They do so much in the community. But thank you, John. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a really good
We're
season
excited.
with this. I know, right?
All right.